Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Best, Michelle, Ron. I want to thank you for your courage in coming here today and sharing your story with such incredible composure, given the circumstances, and for your relentless advocacy and efforts to try to change Canada's bail system in the aftermath of the terrible tragedy that your family faced in honor of Kelly, but with a focus on ensuring that other families don't face the same devastation that yours had to. I know Kelly a little bit, and she was a wonderful human being with an incredibly bright future ahead of her, and she did not deserve to have her life taken by a man who should have been behind bars. I am so sorry for the loss that your entire family has faced, for the loss of Travis, her fiance, for all of those that knew and loved her, and frankly our entire community, my hometown of Portage, which was badly shaken when the news came out, which turned into pure disgust when the circumstances of how this tragedy came about. Kelly faced the consequences of political decisions that put the rights of criminals above the rights of everyone else. Her death should not have happened. Now, the individual who killed your daughter was given bail 3 times within 2 weeks prior to this tragedy. How does it make you feel to realize that the system as it currently is set up seems far more concerned with his rights than the safety of your daughters?
It's a feeling of like you just feel defeated because there's so many things that go through your head when you ask a question like that. Just the fact that there's just no, like they just simply don't, you know, the suspect just simply doesn't care about society. He was released on his bail 9 months after spending time in prison, September 5th. September 6th, he absconded. September 7th, he posted on his social media, fresh out of PWEZY, no regard for the family, nothing. Monday, we discovered from Victim Services that he was released on Friday and left within 6 or 7 hours. So 4 days after we discovered that, Tuesday, we were at a press conference, and at 3 o'clock that afternoon, 4 to 5 days after he was released and absconded, a warrant for his arrest was issued, and he was picked up, I think, within 20 minutes. So, you know, whether or not that answers your questions, when those types of questions come up, those are the things. It just leaves you bewildered how it can happen.
It goes to show that our police are doing their level best, and thank you all for the work that they do. Now, you've lived through the worst imaginable outcome of a failed system. If you could speak directly to the lawmakers that have defended for years the status quo of this system, what would you say to them?
To speak to what you hear about rehabilitation, the importance of rehabilitation, and they need help, and it's in this case, and I think in most cases, if it's a justice or a judge that's giving this person bail, not only you're not doing the family any favors, but you're not doing the individuals any favors. They just can't, if you let that individual out, they just don't understand it, and they're going to go and do exactly what they were arrested for previously. And
I think my comment would be, we need change. We're continuing to do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result from people who are not able to make different decisions. And by just releasing them back into our communities, we're giving them the go-ahead to continue their behavior. This is not something we talk about for initial offenses. This is repeat, and I think that that's a key word. And if I could speak directly to them, please make these changes.
Thank you. And just quickly, what message does it send to victims' families when someone who repeatedly breaches these conditions is yet given another chance by a judge?
It gives the
There's a button right in front of you, Michelle.
Okay.
Yep, perfect. You'll see a red thing go on.
We want them, we felt at a loss. We felt discouraged. We felt that his immediate needs were being put over the situation that our family has been put in. She's a huge loss, not only to our community, as Brandon mentioned, but to our family. She was a pillar in our family, and it didn't matter. And no one asked us the question, and no one considered his previous behaviors either. When you talk about the fact that previous drug use should be mentioned in bail, there was no mention of his previous history. His defense lawyer made us think that he had previously been one of Sentis helpers. So it's important that the accused have a chance to speak and that the judge have a chance to make some better assumptions based on history.
Thank you. Thank you both.